Okay, friends, good morning to everyone. This is the first video lecture I am giving to you. The topic is relations between center and state. In this concept, we are going to discuss about relations between center and state. In any system of government, two types of systems, the one is center, other one is state, in which we have two types of systems, world constitutions. The one is unitary constitution, the other one is federal constitution. When it comes to unitary and federal constitutions, we have already discussed this topic in the first class. What is unitary constitution? What is federal constitution? A federal constitution in which the powers between center and state divided by the constitution. A country like America, we have federal constitution. There, the clear-cut separation of powers between center and state means here the states are enabling to enjoy more powers than in unitary constitution. In a unitary constitution like UK, here center is enjoying much power than states. When it comes to India, we have gone for two systems. The one is federal, the other one is unitary. Means we have taken via media, means we neither gone for federal constitution nor unitary constitution. Basing on the peculiar features of Indian constitution, considering diversity and other aspects, when we got independence, the fathers of Indian constitution thought we have to follow a quasi-federal constitution. Regarding this kind of constitution, we have difference of opinions. Some people say it is a federal constitution, some people say it is unitary constitution. But when it comes to India, if you look at the features of Indian constitution, we have both the features. In some areas, the center is controlling states. Some areas, the states are unable to enjoy their powers. Which says, in this constitution, we have empowered both state and center, and at the same time, we have gone for centralized administration like strong center. So, in this aspect, our topic is central and state relations. Relations between center and state. Here, the powers between state and center both are divided and both are prescribed in the constitution. Means here, the constitution is dividing powers between state and center. At the same time, when it comes to repugnancy, means a contradiction between enjoying both the powers, we have Supreme Court and High Courts to decide which power belongs to which part, means either to state and center. So, in this concept, Article 245 onwards, the areas which we are going to discuss about state and central relations. So, if you look at the states in India, we have 30 states in which our states were created on language base. Language based means language is in which a area which is having same language may be having same culture. So for that reason, the linguistic division of states in 1956, the first time we have created linguistic states. Andhra Pradesh is the first linguistic state created by Government of India. So in that concept, here we have so many states, Tamil, Maratha, Kannada, so different states having same language. So because of that, the powers divided by the constitution and the center. So here, now we are going to look at this is an important area because nowadays there are differences between center and state. Though the constitution divided powers, but when it comes to interpretation of powers and peculiar situations, the constitution, there is no clarity on certain aspects. So the Supreme Court is trying to interpret the constitution. So this is very important to know about these two areas. center and the state relations. This particular 245 onwards, we have to discuss center-state relations. So we are going to discuss about on this particular topic on constitution basis. What is the power of distribution by as or a scheme of distribution powers between center and state. So the people are going to talk about so many things on this. Political parties are talking about, regional parties and national parties talking about, because we have national parties, political parties belonging to different political groups. For that reason, always there are problems arising between these two units, means center and state. So in this aspect, our concern is as a students of constitutional law, what are the powers divided between state and center? Means the state is having its own powers, the center is having its own powers. What is the scheme of distribution between state and center? So after creating particular linguistic states and after getting independence, we have these peculiar problems between state and center, because so much of time the center is dominated by one national political party like Congress. There are the emergence of regional political parties in different states like Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Bengal. What happened because of this? Because of political differences between center and state, means the political parties in center and political parties in state, there are difference of opinions, there are difference of conflicts regarding powers of state and center. So in this aspect, always there are problems, because the constitution try to divide the powers, and that scheme of distribution of powers is given to interpretation to the courts like Supreme Court. Supreme Court in different times trying to interpret, and with the help of different doctrines like doctrine of repugnancy, trying and fifth and substance, based on that this doctrine the Supreme Court tried to interpret powers between state and center. So in this area, in this introduction part, first we are supposed to know what are the powers between division of powers between state and center. Means here we have three types of powers distributed between state and center. The one is legislative powers, the second one is administrative powers, the third one is financial powers. So means legislative relations, financial relations and administrative relations. Legislative relations, when it comes to legislative relations, powers of parliament and powers of state legislature, means powers of center and powers of state. When it comes to administrative relations, when it comes to division of executive powers, actually there is no clear-cut mention about executive powers, division of executive powers. We are discussing about administrative powers division between state and center. So here state and center, they have been distributed with different powers. When it comes to financial relations, this is more important. With the passing of so-called GST, so we have so many problems, we have so many doubts. So here when it comes to distribution of financial powers, collection of taxes, sharing revenue, collection of states taxes by center, collection of taxes by center, state. So the way how both the units, mean state and center, sharing both the revenue, because revenue is more important. Now we have 42% revenue that is being given to states by the central government. The states are demanding more because the activities of states are increased and more welfare programs are conducted by states. Further, in that sense, the states are trying to improve their conditions, especially the financial conditions. The states are demanding more powers. So in this context, this distribution of powers, legislative, administrative and financial, based on the scheme of powers distributed by the Constitution and interpretation by courts in different aspects, that is more important area which we are going to discuss in state-center relations. Means what we have to discuss here, and how the courts have interpreted, because when there is ambiguity in the scheme of powers, distribution of powers, it is the duty of the center, means the Supreme Court, as a guardian of the Constitution, try to interpret these concepts according to Constitution. Means the premise of the Constitution, they have not thought about certain aspects, certain ambiguities. Those ambiguities are going to be cleared by the courts, means the Supreme Court, especially with its original jurisdiction. Because if there is a dispute between state and center, the Supreme Court will try to solve that dispute and will try to interpret constitutional provisions in the scheme of original jurisdiction by the Supreme Court. So, we will continue this issue in the coming classes.